refused to run away. We got a nasty woman. Her name is Kelly Conway.
So please tell me, when are you going to start putting funding towards the wall? How about protecting American citizens? If you really care about being indivisible, why don't we just come together as Americans and protect American citizens? We need to put Americans first. Americans like Ruben Morphine. Americans like Kate Steinle. Americans of all ages and backgrounds need to be put first. What do you want to tell the parents of Kate Steinle? Why did she have to be murdered and a corrupt jury let her off? What is this, supposed to be SJW virtue signaling? What happens if it was your daughter or your son? You want to talk about indivisible? When are you going to bring Kate Steinle back to life so her family will not be indivisible? If you care so...
Why do I have to shut up?
I didn't say shut up, I said peace and love.
Okay, I appreciate it. How do you want to give peace and love to Kate Steinle's parents? No, I'm allowed to be here.
You guys aren't like the Republicans. You're not thinking. You guys are going on emotions and you want to rob people. That's nice. I don't know why you have a problem with me wanting to speak up on behalf of Americans who were killed by illegals. Why do you have a problem with the tax cut? Don't you think working Americans should be able to keep more of their money? Why do you have a problem with corporations keeping their money so that they can hire more workers and create more jobs? George Soros is a corporation, don't you know? Is he paying his fair share? Why is it that you have a problem with that? You don't want to show me your sign?
What is this? Middle class, unseat, does not represent.
She represents big donors only? Doesn't George Soros do the same thing?
What about George Soros? Isn't he like your donor?
Soros is not our congressperson, sir.
What is it?
Soros is not our congressperson, sir.
Okay,
But he's paying your bills, isn't he?
No, he's not. You can put that on
Yes, he
your
is.
account, too. No, he's not.
So what is this Courage Super PAC? Who's paying for that?
I don't know. Don't care.
Why do you not care? You're carrying the signs for it.
Because I agree with what they're saying, and I don't agree with you.
Do you have a problem? This guy, why are you drowning him out? That's too bad.
Unfortunately, your megaphone...
Mine is off. His is on. So tell me, who is this Courage?
Okay, now, let's go over here and talk.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go over here and talk.
Tell me who's paying for these signs.
Don't care.
Why not?
Because
you're carrying the sign. How could you not care?
Sir,
are you serious?
This is not Fox News. This is not.
No,
Fox
it isn't
News.
Fox News. I'm glad you figured that out.
So, hey.
Oh,
hey.
You're raising your voice
Yes,
at me?
I am.
Why don't you come over here while I can record the event?
No. We're going to talk over here.
Okay, well, I can hear you while I'm recording.
No. Because you see,
and stop running into people. Why are you running into people?
You're doing this.
Doing what?
Put it on YouTube.
Okay.
For your little whatever.
My little what?
So what I want to understand.
Make sure you get a picture of Ruben, okay?
Oh, I've seen Ruben.
Okay. Do you know how he was?
I understand how he was killed. Now,
murdered.
Murdered. That's
murdered.
Fine. That's fine.
So how was he murdered?
No.
Make sure everybody understands.
He apparently was murdered by illegals.
No, it wasn't apparent. It was a fact. An illegal alien executed him in the back of the head.
Let me ask you this.
That's not a supposition, it's a fact.
Let me ask you this, sir. Do you have any other examples, or is that your singular example?
Okay, we've got Kate Steinle, we've also got Dominic Durden, we also have Sandra Duran. She was killed in a traffic accident in April 2017. There is an average of 25 Americans, an average of 25 Americans a day are killed by illegal aliens, and then add to that the millions who've been pushed out of work because of wage depression, because of cheap labor flooding them rent.
What are your percentages?
Start with Numbers USA, Center for Immigration Studies, the Department of Justice. Next.
All right.
Good.
Now,
so am I getting you to think this through? We've got to. Okay,
I am not 100% in support of undocumented immigration. However,
illegal.
Oh no, I'm not going to play that. I'm not going to play.
What are you talking about? Breaking into this country is illegal. Can I break into your home and sit there and squat there?
Well,
of course not. It's illegal.
Let me ask you this then. So if an individual, if you speed. You are breaking the law, yes?
Oh, sure.
Okay. So, should we take away your ability to drive cars?
No. There's infractions, there's warnings.
Right.
Sure.
So, the individuals you are talking about I agree with you 150%. They should be removed from the country. However, what I do not agree with...
You do agree with me, great.
Because they have committed
space,
a crime.
please.
No, I'm fine. I'm giving you space. You got space.
Okay, just as long as you're not touching me.
I'm not going to touch you. No, they committed a crime.
Yes, they did.
However, these legions of people that you are talking about did not commit a crime other than crossing the border. I will agree.
That is a crime.
Okay, but
that is a crime.
Okay, well, let me ask you this.
No taxation without representation. I couldn't agree more. That's why we have Republicans voting to cut our taxes.
But Democrats
No.
Well, Democrats want to steal your money, just like George Soros.
Sources.
You can see it. You can see it
a lot. What are your sources on this big Soros conspiracy?
Absolutely. You can look at the, you can look at the filings. Go to Judicial Watch.
No.
Done.
You tell me. Filings.
I just did.
You tell me. Filings.
I just did.
You tell me. What are the filings?
I've given you where to look at it. If you want something more specific, then you go for that.
Filings.
So I've answered that already.
No.
So you
said.
Okay, I've answered that. Now tell me, why do you call them undocumented instead of illegal?
No. You did not answer my question.
Why are you guys walking away? Why do you have a problem with a difference of opinion? You guys are marching. You're marching what? So that people pay higher taxes? What would you like to tell the working communities in Cudahy and Huntington Park who are taxed to death? These are majority Hispanic, majority Latino communities who followed the laws, who did everything right, and their money is being taken from them left and right. Why do you have a problem with working people being able to keep their own money? What? Look at this. Are you guys like littering now here in private property or public property? Don't you guys have any respect for the rule of law? Ruth Walters, she does work for us. She works for American citizens. She doesn't work for illegals. There should be no DACA fix. There should be a secure border, putting Americans first, and putting an end to this nonsense where Washington, D.C. takes all the power while you and me are paying the bill. Be kind on Christmas. I think the kind thing is to cut our taxes and let us keep our money. Why is a vote on a tax bill voting no? How is that kind to anybody? Please explain that to me. Why is it a scam?
If you're talking peace and love, why is it a scam? That's not a very loving thing to say, especially if you're lying. But why is it a scam? Why is it a scam?
But there are Republicans in this.
But why is it a scam? You didn't answer my question. Why is this tax plan a scam?
Would somebody please explain to me why this tax plan is a scam? Someone please, you guys have big signs that say the tax plan is a scam. Would somebody please tell me? Or did you guys just feel like coming out on an early afternoon to raise hell? Not an answer. I want everybody recording this. You've got about 100 people, I'm sure they were paid to be here. They're talking about how the tax plan is a scam, but they won't tell me why. Why is a tax cut going to hurt jobs? Why is a tax cut going to hurt Americans? And why are you guys littering here?
Whoa, what is this?
They are marching. They will return.
If you, wait a minute, what is this? Your shadow's in the way. If you need a pedophile to pass a tax plan, it is bad. That's why we want to get rid of Al Franken. There you go.
Excuse me. What were the age of the people that Al Franken apparently...
Oh, okay. So we have to go... say. Actually, no, he's thinking about rolling it back. Oh, so that's a problem.
According to source? You need to answer the young lady.
Just go to the news. You can go to the press release, Joe Manchin as well.
How old were the people that Franken was allegedly issue with?
Allegedly?
Yes.
Okay, well, we've got one lady. She was a newscaster. I don't know what her age is. It's usually inappropriate to ask us. So I give that, but I don't know.
Okay,
so maybe she is. So maybe is a pedophile.
Give me the definition of pedophilia.
Definition of pedophilia: it's an attraction and abuse against children, sexual abuse.
Okay, Roy Moore, 14-year-old. 14-year-old.
He didn't do it. It was debunked.
He didn't do it.
That's right.
By who? Who debunked it? Who debunked it? Why? Well, who debunked it?
Well, just read the story. She claimed.
No, don't tell me read the story.
That's it.
What is
Use your logic.
Source,
the story that she gave is that Roy Moore called into her bedroom, and there was no such thing as having a phone. And then there was the other source where the claim was that he locked the car on him, but there's no safety locks.
Citations.
You can go to the Washington Post. You can look at their own interview.
I've read the Washington Post.
And tell me about. You want to talk about pedophiles? Talk about Gary Studs. That's a guy who slept with pages in the early '80s. Why did he get a walk-off? Tell me about that. Please also tell me why John Conyers was going after his staffers and finally had to be pushed out. So, this is the same lady. She's great. How are you?
Thank you.
So we were there, and she was there at Ed Royce harassing his staff.
Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, I mean, it's First Amendment.
Who's staff?
You know what? I'll tell you what happened. Ed Royce allows people to protest, but for some reason, Mimi Walters doesn't want... Oh, then again, you guys keep getting arrested here. Why do you guys break the law all the time?
Sorry.
I said, people here. Are you sure? You guys keep acting like this, harassing Mimi Walters. Now I understand that she had to lock people up. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
Smile.
LA Times. Can I get your name?
My name is Arthur Shopper. I'll give you my card.
A-R-T-H.
U-R-S-C-H-A-P-E-R. What do you have to say about your Indivisibles who are getting arrested? They're violent. One of them tried to grab my phone. One of them did grab my phone. You got it. What would you like to say about that? Why are you guys so violent?
No comments. I'm not violent.
No comment. Wow, so violence is acceptable. Got it. Okay. So we got a labor union that was heading this too. You know, labor unions are actually hurting working people now. Did you know that? Yes, they are, by pushing for these forced wage hikes that are actually leading to more jobs lost. They've run the numbers on it. 400,000 people are going to lose an opportunity at an entry-level job. That's young blacks, young Hispanics, young Asians, young white students, people of all ages even who want to get into a new job market, and they're not going to have a chance because you're going to have a $15 wage hike that's going to force robots to do the jobs that entry-level workers did. How is that helping workers? You don't have an answer? It isn't helping them, pushing a forced wage hike. Minimum wage was never supposed to be a living wage. It's an entry-level wage. So you want to stand in solidarity with workers, but why do unions such as the AFL-CIO push for these forced wage hikes? You don't have an answer, but you're the spokesman, aren't you? Okay, I want you to, this is what happens every single time when I've confronted people either on the tax plan or on securing our borders. You get nothing but silence from the left. And then this reporter, what was it you were asking me? Oh, you don't want to ask me now?
To document the number that you mentioned earlier.
You can go to Center for Immigration Studies, you can go to Numbers USA, you can look at the Department of Justice.
Source? What's your source?
I just gave you 3 of them. I just gave you 3.
Immigration said that?
3. Are you going to type that in or what? You're with NPR or with one of the public radio programs? Okay, KS. Well, you're with the university? Okay. Okay, I understand. So what do you think? Do you think it's okay for...
Ani Zonefeld at the Politicon?
I'm sorry?
Did you interview Ani Zonefeld at Politicon? I think I saw your live stream.
I don't know. There was a lot of people I talked to. I did.
Yeah, so I think that... So I saw your conversation with her. It was really quite remarkable.
So was this like towards the end? She was a young lady, a Bernie delegate?
She was at the Muslims for Progressive Values.
Oh, I did talk to her. Yes, yeah. I did. I listened to her. I didn't agree with everything, but I listened to her.
She was just really... She was a really good source for you. So I'm glad you had a chance to talk to her.
I did, but I still find that, I mean, if she tried to do what she advocates as far as Islam is concerned, if she tried to do that in Iran or in Syria, she would be beaten, she would be probably killed, because it's basically apostasy what she's teaching. Because the Quran doesn't teach that homosexuality is acceptable. The Quran doesn't teach that you respect women. The Quran treats women as half of a man. The Quran teaches that a woman has to have 4 witnesses to prove a rape. A lot of very disorderly things. I talked to another Muslim at Cal State Fullerton, and he couldn't deny that. And it shocked the audience. It's really important, people like me and members of We the People Rising, we come to events like this because otherwise there's just one narrative that goes out, that the tax program is bad. And then you notice I asked 5, 6, 20 people, and they can't tell me why it's a scam.
I think they're probably concerned about how much nuance you'll bring to the conversation.
Well, just like what the media does, like the LA Times.
When there's one person that speaks in no nuance and other people that speak in nuance, it's not an even conversation.
What does that mean?
It means
nuance.
Means probing deeply into all the details.
Which is what that gentleman also did too. That did, when you asked me about sources, you probed deeply, did you not?
Somebody's just texting me, so make sure I
there you go.
catch that.
Where'd they all go? I asked a union rep why they believe in forcing the wage up, and I can't get an answer. I asked about 20 or 30 people about the tax scam, and it's not really a scam. Are you guys going to talk about single payer next? Hey, I remember you. Are you guys going to talk about single payer next and why it's such a good thing, even though Canada is having a whole bunch of private clinics that operate against the law? Are you guys going to tell me about that? I saw something about if you need a pedophile to pass tax reform. You know, that's slander. That's slander. You know that, right? Because Roy Moore did not molest a child. It's been debunked. There was that lady Beverly Nelson. She forged her yearbook.
Oh, are you here to stay here? I'm gonna go bring people back. Are you bringing people back? Well, no, they want to like...
Can anybody tell me who's paying for the Courage campaign? Who pays for that?
You know, we have a lot of...
You have individual donors or what? Or is it George Soros?
I don't believe... We don't have any George Soros, but thank you for your service.
Okay.
You're filming us.
It's good, and it's good to.
To the world. We need to everyone to know that.
Everybody needs to know this is the left-wing heist that's taking place in the state of California. They are targeting Republican districts, thinking that if they bully them and harass them enough by repeating the same thing often enough, they're going to be able to get results. And yet, every person I spoke to here could not tell me why the GOP tax reform plan is a scam. They could not explain to me why Judge Roy Moore is a pedophile. He's not. All of those spurious charges have either been debunked or challenged, and nothing was done in court, and there were no police reports written. This is the kind of thing that needs to start happening, folks. I don't care what political party you are in the state of California. These indivisible groups are pushing a whole bunch of narratives and propaganda that simply isn't in line with the truth. And it's time to start challenging them on it. You'll notice there was that one guy over there who claimed that President Trump's a Nazi. As soon as I tell him that the president recognized officially Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, then he absolutely goes silent. He starts running away. Come on, Orange County, wake up. Really? All right, thank you for your service, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your service.